been a long, tiring day, full of work at home. What is there left to do in the evening? But finally, roll into work. That's backward, isn't it? Well, that's what my life is right now. So welcome back to this game. I could look at the... Normally, if I forget the name of the game, I look at the window title, but this emulator doesn't tell you what the name of the game is. Oh no! It's not like this game's name has anything to do with the actual game anyways. So we have a few new... emphasis on a few new things to try out here, recipe-wise, or at least relatively new ones. I don't know if any of these are fully new. I think that desserts might be things I've never actually done before. Well, wait, no. We had experience on them, didn't we? I wasn't looking. Anyways, at some point within the next few episodes, I might at some point have an interruption of a few seconds. I realize that's kind of a weird thing to say. From the perspective of someone watching this, because it's basically saying, hey, a few days from now there might be an interruption of a few seconds. But this is a formality. It's so easy when I don't have my hands so tired out from having done that so many times over the course of an hour. But it's harder and harder in my life to get a full hour to myself to do stuff like this. Are you a bomb or something? No. Stop being bad. I wish I could increase the quality of things, but you can't stack modifiers. I don't know why they would make that the case. I feel like that was pretty close to actually being perfect, but well. Hold on. Yeah, I can see the quality's dying. I had things to do, man. As I was saying. It gets harder and harder to have a whole hour to myself to do stuff like this. So I find myself sometimes having to compromise and having to say, okay, at some point during this recording session, I will end up getting interrupted, and I'll just allow that.
This one can be tricky.
Since for you guys, it'll basically just mean I pause the recording, and then everything's fine. Aha! That was close. Oh no! Whatever. Down here.
Nicely done.
Why can't you juice a coconut? Look, man. Haven't you heard of juicing coconuts? Didn't you grow up on a nice coconut juicing farm with all your coconut juicing family members? Or you did that every day for a living?
I can do this one.
Juicing coconuts is the most natural thing in the world. I dropped it! Whoops.
Not bad.
Just toss it on the floor. Well, no difference between that and not having messed that up the way I did, since I already had an okay on one of them.
Done and done. And done. Hang on, Sandy.
Stack.
Now this is how you do it.
I don't think you should put everything underneath the patty. I question your judgment, Spongebob. Oh, doesn't one of these have a lower quality?
Sounds like a squid in trouble.
Ah! There's one of those that I want to take care of that has lower quality, though.
Good cooking.
Ah, come on.
I'm on my way.
Look at that carrot. Yeah, we've made a carrot cake before. I don't think I've seen the actual finished product, though, is the thing.
2 thumbs up. Way up. I'll save you.
And batter. They don't even look very thoroughly battered, honestly. You know, I think at some point I compared this to another.
Best one yet.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe I imagined doing so, which is legitimately possible.
Let me see
Oops.
that.
Well, I wanted to see what this looked like anyways. So really already did half of it for us. Beautiful.
Moving on.
might have imagined this comparison,
I
but
can do this one.
I think I did actually. But there are other games of this, what you might call genre, like kitchen management stuff, food preparation. You're doing similar repetitive things over and over and over.
Talking about.
But in greater and greater quantities.
Nicely done.
And
Play Gary. I'll show you how.
1 second.
There you go.
No, I feel like lots of those tend to have time management pieces as well. This one largely doesn't. This one mostly does it from a perspective of
Who's in trouble?
individual discrete mini games. Instead of having to, for instance, make sure you leave something in the oven for the right amount of time or on a grill for the right amount of time, not undercooking it, not burning it or anything like that. This game oddly doesn't have that. Although I guess you do still have to watch the quality of foods, which is kind of where the multitasking element comes in. Because otherwise, I think that time management aspect that I mentioned is where a big portion of the game comes from, and the challenge and difficulty and whatnot. Because look at that fried cheese. Because it's what really brings in the multitasking.
The grill needs my help. Now this is how you do it.
You just not know how to do this.
Got that one? I think my workers need me.
But this game just has some elements of watching quality of things and then just doing them quickly enough. This is one of those mini games where if you don't know the precise mechanics of it, which you won't at first most likely, frozen in midair, beautiful. It can be kind of impenetrable, but then once you know the rules of it from experience, because the game doesn't tell you what they are, it's ridiculously easy.
Woo, I can do this one.
This is a big case of that. This one took me a while to figure out. But now I can do it pretty perfectly. Helps, of course, that it's kind of forgiving.
Alert! Patrick needs me. Let me see that.
I wish the guy that needed help would be a bit better highlighted, because otherwise I have to spend valuable time just sitting there looking at everyone to see who's not actually working.
Done and done.
You can just hold up a little flag saying help me.
Patrick,
Come on.
me.
So combine those.
Watch and learn.
Wasn't there a time where I had difficulty rolling things? I don't know why. In at least one challenge. Also, I haven't rolled many times at all, and yet they're not asking me for help with rolling every single time, which is surprising. Maybe they just learned it really quickly.
Patrick needs help.
Patrick, jeez!
I'll show you how. All right.
Beautiful.
I better get back to my station.
Keep going, Gary. Both of you guys, jeez. Wonderful.
I'll show you how.
It's a little uncomfortable at the end there because you think you might have enough time to get by without flipping it again. But the game gives you so little time in the perfect range.
Move it on.
In the green. In that minigame for some reason. Let me do it.
I'll save you.
I ruined it.
Focus, Spongebob, focus.
If I that one's so tight that if I mess up the beginning, it just ruins the whole thing.
Help is on the way.
So, placement of my cursor at the beginning is... What? Come on! Very... Excuse me. What?
That wasn't my
What
fault.
was that? It was not my fault. What was the game doing there?
I need to get back to
You
my
could see me
station.
doing the same thing I do every single time there. Ooh.
Lady. Help is coming, Sandy. Ooh, I can do this one.
extra cheese. Okay.
Another one down. Let a pro
Jeez.
show you how it's done.
Okay, something's going wrong now, because some things are not working the way they should. It's like things aren't being touched.
Talking about. Done and done. And done.
Okay, we've kind of got things going here. I think you're at the end of today's orders. Yeah, that one feels really easy now. Why did I feel like it was marginally difficult before? Beautiful.
Sandy needs some
That's
help
exactly
up
how a
the
coconut
top.
looks and acts. How are we not done stacking yet? I completely zoned out while I was looking at that.
You did okay there.
I like a little nod to acknowledge that I did just okay. I'm going home, Sandy. Oh no, I want to see this. I've already done that one. Darn it. What's the other dessert? How do you not get a perfect on this? I guess just by missing a lot. But I've even missed decent parts of it before and still gotten a perfect.
Help is on the way.
This game does very questionable things to coconuts. How much coconut do we need in this thing? Well, we've already seen the Sailor Surprise though, because that was a challenge food at one point actually. Yeah. I don't remember if there's a challenge today or not after this shift. We can try to do that now, so although we don't have a lot of time for it. Nope, that was totally uneventful. No, we don't. Great. Well, we can at least ask the question of how these guys have not learned how to stack yet. Chopping almost. I almost never have to chop onions again. That's good. Batter is not as far as I'd like it to be. That's something. Deep fry's getting there. Grating still not very far, weirdly. Grinding, I haven't been doing much of that. Melt, it's close. Pound is getting close. Roast is probably never going to get finished now since we're not making hot dogs anymore. How many things are there to roast other than hot dogs? Maybe there are some things. But I feel like should have been getting roast filled up almost as quickly as was possible. Skip, jeez. How much skipping do they expect you to do? Same shot. We're close on stack, but this last bit's coming really slow apparently. And somehow you were halfway on stir, even though I never do it. And kind of similar on whisk. Maybe it's not linear how quickly this increases. I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time in the next episode. Bye everyone.